Oh, we're on. Welcome, everybody. This is the Daily Torch. So today, obviously I'm bitter because I didn't get food on the way up. My schedule was first 1 to 9. This is all inside like a 36-hour period. 1 to 9. 3 to 11. 3 to 1. 2:30 to 10:30. 2:30 to 8:30. 2:30 to 8. 1:30 to 8.
Was he like telling you where the squirrel was
Yeah,
at?
yeah. Did you get to like pick one randomly? Was it
No,
like,
this is how many different texts I got from him that it's like he just kept adjusting it. He was adjusting it while I was driving into work. I'm like,
well, now I'm driving, so
yeah.
I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna put in 8 hours.
Yeah.
Why do I get to feel you can just show up whenever you want and then leave whenever you want?
No, because if you don't, like, he definitely remembers when you're supposed to be there. And then he's texting, like, where are you? I need to talk to you. So then today, it ended up being like, I came in at like 1:30, and I was supposed to be gone at 8.
Okay.
But 8 became 9 really quickly.
Okay.
That's why I was texting you, like, I'm going to be later than I thought.
Right.
It's
silly.
hard to, and you don't know what you're doing. It's not just the times. He's like, all right, well, you're going to be in the private party. No, you're going to have to do the pool. We're going to do the pool. We have to close because so-and-so is going to be there. Oh, so-and-so got there at 9, so he's not going to close? All right, so I guess you can close. No, maybe I'll close and you work the private party. No, I don't want to private work. I don't want to close the pool. Like, you go back to the pool.
My brain hurts. Already, it already just doesn't.
Imagine being inside this guy's head.
I was about to say, imagine being him.
Just,
Yeah.
No. That's no. Not allowed.
Like, just
Holy God.
just pick a thing and let's do it. Like, whatever the thing is, let's just go with it.
Yeah, just
He doesn't know you have a podcast, right?
like wing it. Like, can you
He
just
does
wing-
know I have a podcast, but I'm not going to give him the name of it.
He's gonna stumble upon it one day and just hear about himself. He'd be like,
He'll
"Is
be
he talking about me?"
That's weird. That guy sounds awfully familiar.
I think he sounds like an asshole.
I think I know that guy.
I feel like I've been through this.
Yeah. That guy seems like an asshole.
Oh my God. It's like, it's tough for me to deal with. I am not used to things like this. The
You
fun stuff
care
is,
about
though,
your time.
I do. I care very much about my time.
He's very serious about
He is.
time.
I'm
And
like
I-
15 minutes.
As I
Angry.
think all of us have learned at some juncture
Listen,
or another.
That's not true. Will still hasn't learned.
No, Wilson, I don't care if you give me enough time to do something else. I don't care if you cancel.
Yes.
But
Don't do it last minute.
don't show up 30 minutes late or don't text me 15 minutes late
Yeah.
that you're going to be there in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Either one of those is going to piss me the fuck off.
Every time Will's like, yeah, I'm going to make plans late. I'm like, you sure about that? Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm like, are you sure? Don't be that guy.
Well, because Will is naturally that guy.
Yeah. And he knows he's that guy.
But he's been really good about it lately. He actually has.
No, that's very fair. Now
And,
it's
like,
your
now-
boss has taken over.
Now he's inside the realm. Like, if he's got something going on, he'll text me. He'll give me a couple hours so I can make other plans or do whatever. Like, he's been really good for a while.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's naturally the way that he lives his life. And that I kind of feel bad about.
But so you've replaced that with your boss now.
Yeah, and you have to suffer through that one.
And I can't do anything about that. There's no
choice.
saving him.
Well, you could
He's-
shoot him
He's beyond salvation.
in the leg. You know.
I mean, you could do the lane,
Yeah.
talk directly at him, knife hand.
have you raised your voice with the point?
No.
Because that might help.
No, I've not done that to him.
Yeah.
I raised my voice a little bit to one of the bartenders because he was starting to test boundaries a little bit.
You should do that in front of him.
And then the lifeguard, one of the leads, one of the kid that he's applying for the lead position, and today he let two things happen. One, he let two people walk off to go on lunch break, leaving us short lifeguards. So technically, I have to close the pool, which he just let happen. Second, he let them take their breaks so late that I'm forced to pay overtime to a number of employees because I can't let them go home before they're all over, or I'll be short lifeguards and have to close the pool. And he's like, wow, I'm just trying to give you your options, man. And I'm like, listen, drop the act. This is what's happening right now. If you want me to endorse you for the lead position, P.S. if I don't, you're never getting it. You need to do these things and take them seriously. Yeah.
And how'd he take that?
He was like, well, it's not an act. I'm like, it better be an act. You're going to need to fix this. Yeah.
You want to move up? You have to fix this.
Like, these are not problems beyond solution. Most of them you created for yourself. So next time, manage your people and their schedules. Come to me with the answer, not the question, unless it's some sort of advanced mathematics that you can't figure out. And then we'll start discussing you being a lead.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor kid.
Man.
Has to deal with.
I mean, he's one of those kids, dude. He fits the part. Like, he looks like he could be on Baywatch, right? Everything
I was
about
gonna
him
say,
fits the
what
bill.
was the Hoff's character on Baywatch? That's what you should call this guy.
I don't think he's a Hoff.
I don't know what his character's name was.
The Hoff was definitely the most quirkiest guy on Baywatch. Let's be
Yeah,
fair.
also the worst build.
Yeah, he definitely he had dad bod already.
Yeah.
And it was like him, and then he's like next to Pamela Anderson, and you're just like,
Yeah, and a bunch of yoked out dudes.
yeah, you're just like, you don't know. Stop being shirtless. Like, what are you doing here? All right, just because you're the Hoff doesn't mean you can just do that.
That's exactly what that means.
Anyway. All right, so tonight we're doing the best of like the $22 whiskeys
That's all.
in three.
We've gone from the clouds to the bottom.
I know. We picked.
We
Wild-
should have started with these.
We picked the Wild Turkey 80 whatever, Jack Daniel's Little Number 7, and Buffalo Trace. I know Buffalo Trace isn't available a lot of places, but here in the market, it's always available, and it's always like $22. So we picked that
Yeah,
because I didn't want to pick something worse.
I
Fair
appreciate
enough.
that. You already picked Jack Daniels, so
Also, I already had a bottle of Buffalo Trace. I was like, well, let's just use that.
that's convenient too.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't. I had to buy the turkey and the Jag.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have turkey?
Which are now shot bottles. No, I have rare breed.
Oh, that's fair.
Here's the good one.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble. Wait, did you take the rare breed out of here?
Yeah.
You bastard.
I need to throw some money in the till too, because the shop, instead of giving me gas money, bought a bottle of whiskey.
Not fair enough.
But it was a little over the 25 that I take for gas.
Not fair. That's all right.
What do you guys have going on? I'm just ranting about work.
But you guys are smoking.
Yes, and you're not, and I feel bad about that. I had to go through an episode that way.
I don't-
for the same shit. I mean, I didn't have one pulled, but it was dentist stuff.
You know, surprisingly, as a kid, I hated the dentist because every time I went in, there was something wrong. I had to get a surgery. I got 2 root canals done on the same tooth.
Oh God! As a kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
The worst part is after every dentist visit, we got into an accident with a fucking semi while my mom was driving. Literally, worst fucking luck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm never driving with my mother again in the dentist appointment.
That's a bad
that's,
day.
That's
It was horrible.
Somewhere in there, you French fried when you should have pizza.
Exactly. I French fried hard. And then, like, the army.
Have you not seen that, Casey?
apparently not. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It's the South Park ski instructor episode.
Yeah. French fry.
Pizza.
French fry.
Pizza.
Pizza.
oh,
French
okay.
fry when you should have pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Gonna have a bad time.
Stan Marsh the Darsh.
That's right.
But yeah. So I French fried hard there. But my mom was driving, so fair enough.
So,
In the military, it was no better. I had the worst experiences with dentists my whole life. This dentist, though, amazing. He literally stuck the deal in after he numbed it. He made sure it was numb, which was great because they usually don't do that for me.
ooh.
And they went crack, 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 yoink. Didn't feel anything.
Perfect.
I don't even feel anything right now. It's a
Perfect.
little sore now, but it's manageable.
That's nice.
And then they gave me the tooth so I could show the kids. And then I chased the youngest around the house with it.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. You know, because I got to make sure he takes care of his teeth. Because this is a wisdom tooth, it was non-salvageable, is what they told me.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
so,
they're all non-salvageable. They'll just rip them all out.
exactly. And I knew I was afraid that he wasn't going to yank it out, which was told to me on the phone the day before I set up the appointment. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember
"Oh,
you saying you might have to go back in like months.
thank God it wasn't that. I would have died.
But
like-
I just would have taken you to my
If-
dentist.
Exactly. If you look at the tooth, so the back left corner of the tooth had a huge hole in it, and it showed the whole nerve on both sides.
No wonder it hurt so bad.
Yeah, because I looked at it, and now they ripped out the nerve out of there when they were pulling it, and it's just a hollow spot. I'm like, ugh.
Nice.
But he says the wisdom teeth are the hardest ones to take care of. That's why they usually remove them. It's not the fact that they mess up your teeth or anything when they come in. It's because it's hard to.
Well, they did mess up my teeth. Wisdom
yeah.
teeth, the reason I had to get braces.
Some of them, yeah. But
Because mine shouldn't have come in, and they're like, "Motherfucker, we're coming."
mine
Did
all
they
came
just
in.
push them all together? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, mine all came in. This one's fine. The two top ones are fine. It was just this one because I couldn't get to it to clean it, and the gum would form over it.
Dude, mine. I have an X-ray of them before they came in, and they're massively impacted and buried under other teeth. And the dentist saw this and was like, "They're not coming in. We can take them out whenever." Which is why I didn't do it until after. Like I put it off until college.
Oh yeah.
Except somewhere in there, they were like,
Recent college or
"Make room." No, all the way back.
okay.
They were like, "Make room, fucking coming through." And so I went back to the dentist. I was like, "About the wisdom teeth," and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "They came in." He's like, "That's not possible." And I was like, "Take a look." And he fucking gets in there, and he's like, "How the fuck did that happen?" Yeah.
And you had to wear braces.
Wow.
See, thinking about you with braces is hard.
Oh, I have pictures somewhere.
Have you seen these pictures?
I've been to his dad's house and I haven't seen these pictures. But
Oh, so
you know,
you're
I
hiding
didn't
them.
I wasn't like snooping last time I was at his dad's house either. But now I know there's some pictures I need to snoop
Listen,
around
most of
for.
the pictures he was taking with braces were.
No. I had no problem smiling. Who's
No?
gonna fucking say something to me about braces?
Yeah, remember
That is true.
in high school too. He was
I mean, I
Big.
would have. Probably would have gotten hurt.
muscular.
It was after high school.
Oh, it was after?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
college.
Oh, so you were even bigger and more muscular and scary. Yeah.
That is true. The bigger guys in the bar
no
were
one
afraid
was
of you.
giving him shit at all.
But
Yeah, I had no problem smiling because
Yeah.
people were like they'd start. They're like, "Nope, not doing that."
see, I probably would have.
You
Especially if we were friends.
100% would have.
Yeah,
I didn't mind it so much. That one wasn't one of the things that bothered me. I don't know
Fair
why.
enough.
you are quite literally Mr. Poke the Bear.
Yeah.
I am.
Like that just should be your business card, Mr. Poke the Bear. What do you do? Well, I poke the bear.
That'll be my second business card. Here you go.
Anyway, I've spelled through the whiskeys. I think I already know what they are.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, the last time I, had my wisdom tooth pulled was with that new dentist that I go to
Yeah.
because he's cool and really Chinese. Like,
Mine was Chinese too.
he's just like no nonsense Chinese either. Like he looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, you should go see an oral surgeon, but I'm a lot cheaper, so let's just do this." And I was like, "Okay." He's all 90% sure I can get it out. I'm all, So
There's only a 10% chance.
yeah,
that you won't.
I'm trying to think in my head, like, okay, so if you start ripping on this tooth that already hurts and it's already like really messed up, and you can't get it out, where are we going with
Well,
this?
here's the thing. Then it becomes an emergent situation.
True.
And you get in really quickly.
True. It turns out if it gets messed up, so he was like, yeah, but I'm cheaper, so let's just do this.
Yeah.
And he went at it.
Yeah.
Like, like first it was like, boom. Are you
Like,
numb?
at some point, was there a foot on the chair?
At some point there was definitely like,
Nurse was
I,
holding
I
him
feel
down.
like, well, it was the nurse was like his buddy.
They were friends. That's what you're telling me.
The first nurse I met was this girl. She's really nice. And then the dentist shows up and he's like, all right, cool. And he's like his best friend just showed up to like hold on to him and like help him out. And basically they were just like, all right, here we go. And then it was like, ha, for 20 minutes. He's like, it's really in there. And I'm like, yeah? He goes, we're going to cut this thing. And I'm like, okay. So then he like leaves me in this chair. Like, I got like the rubber piece in my mouth and he just leaves me there for like 10 minutes.
I'm going to need some tools.
And I was like, where did he go? Because like you can't see anything. And I'm like, where did he go? And then all of a sudden he comes back. He goes, all right, let's get this damn thing out of there. And I'm like, oh, he's angry now. I'm like, he just went there in the back, like lit some incense, said some weird words. And then he was like, and then he's like, all right, I think I got it. And I'm like, just pressure. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is nice. And I'm like looking at his assistant, and he's like, oh, it's coming. Don't worry. He's like, it's definitely coming. And he's like doing the suction thing. And I'm just like, are you sure? Because you guys have been doing the same motion for like what feels like an hour now. And then all of a sudden he was like, all right, you done? And I'm like, that was it? They're like, oh yeah, we got it. We definitely got it. It was like, in like pieces. He just like drilled the shit out. Because it was the one with it had like the root had right hooked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Under. So I was like, oh, that's exciting. Conveniently, I only have 3 wisdom teeth.
Oh, that's
Like,
all I have
like
now.
the 4th one is missing. Like it never came. Never manifested itself. So I got 2 out. So realistically, if I have to get 1 more, it'll be my last one. But thankfully that one is fine. But
Yours sounds horrible. I'm not gonna lie. The way you
it
pulled
was,
it out.
you know, it wasn't. I mean, the first one was better, I think, because it was like the dentist was this really nice lady who was more worried about me having a heart attack because of my blood pressure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's like, we can't operate on you. I'm like, the hell you can't.
Do it now.
I'm like, you're taking this damn tooth out. She's like, yeah, I don't know if we can because, you know, your blood pressure's really high. And I was like, all right, go away for like 10 minutes. I'm going to practice my sniper breathing, lower my heart rate. So, like, I'm in the chair. I'm like, come on, lower. And I got my heart rate down like 6 points. And she's like, all right, do you promise you're not going to have a heart attack on me? I'm all, as long as you get this painful tooth out, I'll do whatever the hell you want. She's like, all right, we're going to go for it. And then they hooked me up to the nitrous. And I don't know. The nitrous, I think, made it way more fun. Because it felt like I was only there for 10 minutes. And then she's like, boom, it's done. And I'm like, oh, I feel really good right now. I'm going to drive home. I'm so happy. And then I drove home and slept for 2 days. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God, my mouth is so sore.
Listen, mine was like in, kink, done. Literally, it took 10 minutes for him to do that. It took longer for him to put in the numbing agent on all sides and wait for it to be numb than it did for him to take it out.
So mine, way back when I had mine done.
No numbing agent, right? You were just like, just do it.
No, they numbed them.
Oh.
But so mine apparently were holding on really tight until they weren't. And at the point they weren't, they just completely gave way.
Oh.
I know this is the case because this one, he's fucking yanking on this thing and he's fucking... And then it goes, pop, and it flies out of the pliers. And I'm all fucking nitrous out of my mind, right?
Yeah.
And I see it in super slow motion, fucking dance all the way up to its fucking peak, and then hang out there for what seems like 30 or 40 seconds, and then it goes, poof, it hits me in the forehead. I look over at him, I was like, was that supposed to happen? He goes, totally. Yeah.
Believe
Nice.
Yeah.
The thing is, what bothers me about the dentist is I've seen the ultimate dentist office. And every time I go to a dentist office now, I'm disappointed.
Where's the ultimate dentist office?
So it's in Southern California.
Fair.
It's 100% Star Trek themed.
Really?
Like,
So you haven't been there, you've seen photos.
I've seen the video of it because it was
Okay.
on one of the documentaries I watched.
Yeah.
But the doctor wears a Starfleet uniform,
Oh my God.
and he put a TV in the ceiling so you can watch
Star
episodes of Star Trek while you're getting your dentist teeth. I was like, dude, that is genius.
It's perfect.
A TV in the
perfect.
ceiling? I would go to the dentist all the time.
My kids have that at their their pediatric dentist down there by the high school.
What? See, the TV is what makes it.
See, and that's what I would like too. Just
Yeah, because you have to stare at the ceiling. At least, like, put something on the ceiling.
I would have been good for like 2 hours.
Especially
Wouldn't
now
have cared.
that they make those fluorescent covers. Have you seen those?
No.
So they make a fluorescent, like, light bulb cover, which has, like, clouds or clouds and palm trees or, like, clouds. I don't know. We bought a bunch for Diamond because the back had no windows.
Oh.
So we put them fluorescent covers over our lights so that it was, like, nice. It does really change the atmosphere. It really does. Like I had like a palm tree leaf and clouds, and so I would like look up and I'd be like, oh, that's actually kind of nice and relaxing
Well, that's just lovely.
because it's just generic fluorescent lighting, really bad for your eyes. So it was nice to have a palm tree to look at.
Hey, it's Wednesday. No, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Do we get something tonight?
Oh yes.
Do we really?
Oh.
Do we get Strange New Worlds
See,
tonight?
Strange New Worlds. Oh yeah. In about 45 minutes.
Oh my
So
God.
All we've got to do is chit chat and bullshit for a little while, and then we'll just be done.
And then we have
And
episode
then we can
one,
watch
season
episode
two.
1, season 2.
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
And we
Fucking
get
right.
and we get the grand tour tomorrow.
Well, Friday, 7 p.m.
London time.
London time, some weird shit. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
9. I think it's like 9 our time or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, not 9. It's 7 hours ahead. So 7 minus 12 is what, 5? So 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Perfect.
Or 5 p.m. Friday. I don't know. Watching it on Sunday. That's all I know.
We're watching it Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I thought that was the deal.
Casey, do you immediately know what these whiskeys are without tasting them? Have you even smelled them?
Hold please. Hold please.
Start with B. Too late.
Why did I pick up C? God dang. Oh. Well, I know which one B is. Yes, I think I do know.
What each one of them is?
I think so. Yeah.
Now you just have to drink them and give them points though, and you have to try and be objective about the points.
I don't have to drink one of them.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
No, because you haven't had it in a long time, so you still have to give it a point ranking.
I feel like I had it.
No, you can't just make up a number because you know what it is. You have to taste it.
Is negative 20 allowed for?
No, and I think honestly, after having tasted a bunch of whiskeys, it's not going to be negative 20. I think it's going to deserve at least a number. It's going to be above 50.
So should I not drink it first? Should I drink it second?
Yeah, drink it second for sure.
Try something first. Other.
I would start with C.
I've been trying to see the whole time, and you mocked me for it because you're like, we start with A over here.
I know, but this is different. Start with C.
The funny part is I just grab one. Usually it's the center one.
Yeah. I actually started with C because A is being blocked by the microphone tonight. So I can't make fun of Casey that much tonight. I will next time, for sure.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. So listen, I know it's a dull topic, but I've been hearing about, like, no debates, no primary debates for,
What? No
I don't know,
debates?
2 weeks. Well, now the Republicans are talking about maybe having debates. Here's what I think they should do. First, let's agree on some assumptions.
Okay.
Debates, when done properly, are valuable. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Kevin, yes. The debates of the last at least 8 years, 10 years, going back before 2016, probably back to 2012, have been terrible.
I would say 2008
Yeah.
was like
They're
the last
effectively
decent-
just chopping up stump speeches
Yeah.
and trying to fit it into the most marginally relevant question where they can say that part of the stump speech.
It's not even that. I feel like 90% of the time, they don't even listen to the question.
Yeah, I would agree.
And they're just like, and you're like, well, what's that have to do with the question? And he's like, well, you know,
I mean, most of the time I
tell
feel like
Scarlett
they're
I
just.
don't give a damn.
I feel like they're just trying to bash on each other, anyways. So they
Yeah,
really
it's
can't answer the
definitely-
question.
It's definitely a bashing, too.
It's get out your bona fides and attack everyone else's bona fides as efficiently as possible in the time given.
Right.
So, debate should happen, and they need to change. Can we agree to both of those?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
we've got Casey's face for the taste.
And here we go.
That's the wild turkey. That's delicious and nutritious. Gobble, gobble. I'm pretty sure.
Is that A? Or C?
No, actually, you know what? C might be the Buffalo Trace.
So, we can agree both those things are true, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, just start doing debates, right? Not from the the Presidential Commission on Debates, not from big media. Just start arranging private debates there's enough candidates at this point. There's at least two. I think there's a third in the Democratic Party. So there's
Okay.
RFK Jr. There's
Really?
Marianne Williamson. I think someone else. I don't know if he's Democratic. Someone just announced for the Green Party. Look, throw him in there. 3 to 4 people.
Green Party still a thing.
Still think.
Surprisingly.
Best showing ever. Who was our candidate? Best showing ever.
Al Gore.
Ralph Nader.
Oh, that's right. Ralph Nader was part of the Green Party. Oh, man, he would have won, too.
Ralph Nader and his seatbelt lawsuit.
Oh, man.
I actually know someone that worked for him on that lawsuit. One of my professors.
Really?
Yeah,
I think Bob Dole might have won, too, if he hadn't fallen off that stage.
that's fair. But same. The Republican Party. There's tons of candidates. I mean, right now, there doesn't seem to be any sort of coherent message, except that we're not Trump. Which, whatever. But let's have debate. It's harder on the Republican side, but debates are necessary, even though we have front runners, because the front runners are incredibly mediocre, right?
I mean, yeah.
Trump's a dumpster fire,
Oh, yeah.
and Biden is as average a president as we've ever had.
Well, did he say he was going to run again?
Trump? Biden?
No, Biden.
Yes.
Did he?
Yes.
I don't know for how long he's going to try.
Does he remember that he said he was going to run again?
Anything's possible.
That's scary.
So it looks like for the Green Party is progressive activist Colonel West.
Okay. Whatever. Works for me.
Colonel West was the guy who ran the Stargate program.
Was he part of the
original
People's Party? See,
Stargate
he's
movie.
already got Casey's vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the
Star
original
Wars.
Colonel West.
But here's why I say just have debates,
Okay.
right? So you can't change the debate structure to a meaningful structure if you don't start from the beginning.
Okay.
You've got to take the front runners out anyway to do this because they're going to make demands and you're going to make concessions. It's going to be terrible. But there's some other things that have to happen. One, all these candidates who are polling at 3% and 4% and 11% have to agree that the outcome is more important than any personal goal they have.
Right.
Right?
At least they should.
The outcome has to be raising issues appropriately.
So the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah, if you're going to be cliche and asshole about it.
Just saying. You have to put this.
I mean,
you
you're
have to put
dumbing
this
it
in
down for some
simple-
people.
Yeah, you have to dumb it down for these people. Or they're not going to show up.
Well, they're going to show up because they need the fucking airtime. They're going to show up for selfish reasons, but they need to agree to the rules not on a selfish basis. But then once you start, if they're any good, if they do it right, if they're actually raising issues, a couple things are going to happen. First, the issues are going to make it into press conferences with the front runners. There's no way around it. They're going to be forced to answer questions. And if they get traction and their issues get traction and they start coming up, the longer the front runners avoid debates, like schedule 3 or 4 of them, by the third one, they're going to look incredibly disingenuous in skipping them and detached from reality.
But this is also based on getting them to actually answer debate questions.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. If it's like these people want to answer questions, like RFK Jr., he's hard to listen to because his voice, I don't know what's going on with his voice. He's got a really scratchy thing going on. It sounds like he's always struggling to talk. But I've actually heard him change his mind in interviews. Like he's not obstinate.
Okay.
He is about some things. He thinks he has all the evidence, but when presented with different evidence, you can actually see him thinking out the answer and wondering if his position is accurate.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw that in a political interview?
When Clinton was in office?
Maybe.
Probably.
Been a while.
It's been a long time.
Let's get these people out and talking. Let's put them together. Let's take the weight of their 3 and 4 and 8% and put them all in the same room and then raise a bunch of issues and then force the front runners to answer to those issues. And then maybe eventually they show up to the debate. And if they look good in the debate and they win, great. If they look terrible in the debate, then we know that too. Oh. Pause button?
Yep.
All right. How you doing, man?
And we're back.
All right. What do you guys think? What do you think about my theory on debates?
I want a real debate.
Well, I do too.
Like go back and watch, some of the older ones where they were actually meaningful. Hell, watch the first televised debate.
Listen, I think
Nixon Kennedy is fantastic.
I think the real debates is great, but I want somebody who's actually going to follow through as well.
Yeah, but I think this is an opportunity for real debates.
Yes.
Because you're never going to get real debates with the front runners, not unless they're forced into it.
Well,
And,
that's,
and if you actually convince them to show up, the list of rules that they show up with to get there is going to be so substantial. You're never going to hear anything meaningful from them. Casey, what were you about to say?
fuck that. If the debate's set, they show up to our rules as the debate rules.
At least
none
they're
of
supposed to.
None of this like, oh well, we're not going to talk about this for this. No. You answer our question. You don't throw jabs at the other guy.
That's what I'm saying, though,
No.
is if you can start a debate like this from the beginning
Right.
and get traction to the point where they have to show up, you don't have to give them concessions because now they're forced to show up because they look distant, unattached, aloof.
So you're saying just use the little guys,
Use the little guys to leverage
trick.
real debates
real debates, out of
and
the big
hope that
guys.
it gets enough traction that they're forced to show up in the end. And they don't have no say over the rules. You can show up and look like you want to be here and do it the way that we want to do it, or don't show up, continue to look like you have no idea what the American people want, and one of us will end up being president.
Oh, that's fair.
Right?
No, that's fair.
And that's how it should work.
But I think it's a real opportunity if they capitalize on it properly.
What is it? What does the president say to the runner after the Secret Service guy gets shot? Ooh, crime. That's when I decided to kick your ass.
Oh, yeah. No, it was crime. Boy, I don't know.
Yeah. For the record, crime. Boy, I don't know. Was when I decided to kick your ass. It's like my favorite.
Can you imagine a presidential candidate actually saying that? Can you imagine an actual presidential candidate being that disingenuous?
Yes.
In the times now, yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I feel like that's like almost all of them.
I just hope not. Some part of me hopes that's not the case.
I'm with you, but until we actually get like a Bartlett guy for president, which I would be for.
A Northeastern academic.
A Northeastern
We've never
academic.
had that as president.
Yeah,
before.
right. I just don't want a lawyer anymore. I'm tired of lawyers and lawyers and lawyers. Like, give me a scientist
It's-
for
it
4
won't-
years.
It won't matter.
It does. I think it matters.
You're looking at it wrong. Just like there are a lot of bad lawyers are more effective than bad other things, right?
Yeah.
But finding a good scientist to run for president is just as hard as finding a good lawyer to run for
I
president.
get that, but at least spice it up.
Yeah.
We've had too many lawyers in a row. Well, okay, we had a businessman.
Well, this is part of the process, though. They actually have to write legislation. They actually have to write the law.
I get that you need that, but I feel like you could hire somebody for that.
Yeah, but that person doesn't necessarily know what you're doing.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
You have to have some sort of a legal education, or at least some experience with the law, whether it's you negotiated contracts for a company or you took some pre-law classes as part of your larger degree, something.
All right, well, how about I'll take a scientist with a Juris Doctor degree.
A patent lawyer. I detest lawyers as much as anyone,
Yeah.
but it is the process of writing laws.
I
Now, it's a little bit different for the president because they are as much an executive as anything. I mean, they're actually running the largest employer in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe China might be higher now, but one of the largest employers in the world, right? They're actually running a business with hundreds of thousands of employees. It's actually probably like 14 million or something.
Okay.
But it's some part of it's a job, some part of it's glad handing and creating foreign policy,
Right.
and some part of it is understanding what a written law means. You have to, at the very least, have a grasp of what the things that Congress and the Senate are writing and trying to pass mean on a very practical level.
And you wouldn't just have a team for that?
Would you trust your team? They're going to be lawyers.
Well, yeah, but I feel like if I hire like 3 different types, then I get a pretty good idea of what's actually going on.
They're all lawyers.
And
I wouldn't trust any of them.
well, yeah, but that's just because you don't trust lawyers at all.
Well, no, but this is why I want to be able to read the legislation and go, oh, I know what this means. And then someone's, because even, here's the problem. Even if you trust them, they might be getting it wrong. As often as not. I mean, how much legislation goes all the way to the Supreme Court for interpretation? Because one side got it wrong or wanted to say one thing, and the other side got it wrong or wanted to say the other thing.
No, I get it's left up to interpretation.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then, I mean, rest in peace, Scalia. God, his decisions are hard to read because at some point in the middle of his decision, you're going to get a 10 to 12 page grammar lesson on a comma in a particular location.
Well, it changes the whole meaning.
One comma out of place could do a lot of damage. Let's be fair.
Just ask any liberal about the Second Amendment.
I feel like what you're saying. You need somebody like you for president.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want that job. It's a terrible
Yeah, so
job.
Lane doesn't want that job. What Lane
Listen,
wants is vice president.
We got him.
I don't want to be vice president either.
Yes, you do.
You be part
I
of the-
don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
You be an inside crowd
Look.
for Casey.
Yeah, Armstrong Hagen 2027. Look, just saying. You know that if you're the vice president, you can do anything you want. You're gonna shady that bitch.
Secretary of State.
Secretary, you want Secretary of State?
Because I'm going to be sitting with foreign leaders, they'll be like, I can't believe it. I'm like, yeah, it was really stupid. But listen, it happened, so now we have to deal with it.
All right. Lane for Secretary of State. That's fine.
I'll take VP. It's not like I do anything anyways.
Perfect.
I still think that you need. It's happened before. Okay. I still think if you're a Republican president candidate, you should pick a Democratic vice president.
Well, it used to be pretty common until they changed the way that president and vice president were elected.
Well, yeah, but don't you still pick your vice president?
Yeah, but it didn't. They used to be voted for separately.
Okay.
It wasn't a ticket.
I feel like we should go back to
Right.
that.
So, but I think now you owe a responsibility to put him on the ticket.
I don't know what the value of that is.
Bipartisanship.
I don't know that you would get that. They don't listen to their vice presidents anyway.
Well, you'd have to make it more of a team thing.
How about we just pick smart people and assume?
See, you're asking
Good
too.
luck
You
for
already, you already. Nope. Sorry, you just went over the line there, bud.
You crossed it.
You just said, how about we just pick smart people? Yeah. If it was that fucking easy, you don't think we would be doing that already?
Or concerned people? No, because we had Elizabeth Warren, who I actually think is very intelligent. Having to actually...
Concerned. Actually know what she was talking about.
Her bankruptcy casebook was actually my bankruptcy law casebook.
Yeah, and nobody wanted to listen to her.
No, she had plans. Like, she was actually coming up with strategy, and everyone laughed her off the fucking stage for it. Which, listen, like her, don't like her, let's at least listen to the work that she's done. Like,
Yeah.
she decided to create a plan for socialized medicine. Let's at least vet the plan.
Yeah.
Let's just not laugh her off the stage for taking the time to make a plan.
Yeah.
Like, the person who put the most effort into running for president I've seen in 20 years was laughed off the stage for that effort.
Yeah, because she was too smart.
I don't know.
She scared everybody. She
I
was
don't know
too
what to say
smart.
about that. That's obnoxious.
That's-
That shouldn't be what we're doing.
That's America.
I mean, I'm used to one side mocking that, but both sides mocking that?
Yeah, because they both were afraid of her.
They both knew that she
Yeah.
had a plan and the people would probably back it.
I mean, even if you don't like it, like, people are afraid of evidence. Look,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, if you think it's wrong, fine. But let's vet it. Let's argue the individual points and see what happens.
Oh no, that scares people.
Yeah, that
You
annoys,
start coming up with facts, you scare people.
that annoys me so much.
And then people get angry about that too.
Yeah.
Like you start pushing on those buttons, and all of a sudden they get real angry real quick.
I mean, you can't have an argument here without evidence.
No,
You can't get away with it.
no.
Not usually, because you tear them apart.
I don't tear them apart unless you
Yeah.
tell me something stupid like
You
we
know,
nuked China.
We nuked China that one time. You don't remember?
You don't remember that?
She deserved it. Because she was really arrogant about it, too.
She was really confident that we had nuked China, and I was like,
Let's see where this goes.
I don't think we have, but you know,
I could be wrong.
Anything's
I
possible.
I could be wrong. I was like, she was really confident about that. And then when you like realize the context of what she's talking about, you're like, no, that was Japan.
There was definitely a moment because I wasn't in the conversation
No.
initially. I was just sitting down, and at some point, it registered what she was saying, and I just go like full on poltergeist head movement, like
Instantly pissed him off.
The whole room went that way.
yeah,
Like no one was paying attention to her at all, and all of a sudden she went, "Yeah, like when we nuked China," and everybody in the room just stopped and went, "Huh?
yeah. I'm sorry.
What?"
Repeat that
say?
one more time.
Yeah, and then Lane was like, "You have no power here."
Oh my god, I had that in school. I had, like, there's a table. It was a tragic reason that we were talking about it, right? It was the Vegas shooting. Now, mind you,
Oh, I talked about that too.
I'm not. I had friends bartending that concert.
Yes,
Like, no one in law school knew anyone that was there
right.
at this table.
Except for you.
And I was the one that they thought was being crass about it, right? Because they're talking about machine guns and whatever, and I'm like, well, it was this, well, it was that. Someone's like, well, when you can just go into Nevada and buy a machine gun, like, straight away. I'm like, you can't do that.
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's still a massive federal background check. The gun still has to be made prior to 1986. It's still prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's accurate. Really? Because I just gave you all of the circumstances in which you can actually buy a machine gun in the state of Nevada, like a full automatic weapon.
See, you used facts. You scared him.
And she goes, well, agree to disagree. I'm like, no, 100% the store does not exist in Nevada where you can walk in today, having not undergone the federal background check, paid the tax stamp, vetted the weapon, and buy a machine gun and walk out. And she goes, well, how do you know? And I go, because if it did, I would shop there.
America.
Like, what are you doing? Let's at least have an honest discussion.
Yeah. At least know what you're talking about.
She was so adamant about proving her point that she didn't care if any of it was right.
That's what, did you see that? There's a clip of a lady, and she's like, I've held the AR-15 in my hands, and it weighs about the amount of 10 boxes full of stuff, and it's heavy, and it shoots a 50 caliber bullet. And everyone's like, no.
No, it doesn't.
AR-15's like maybe 6 pounds if you put a bunch of attachments on it. We're talking like a lot of attachments on it. And they're like, it shoots a 5.56,
Dude.
not a 50 caliber. Like I'm pretty sure she was holding a Barrett because that does weigh about size 10 boxes heavy,
It's
and it
like-
does shoot a 50 caliber.
It's like 32 pounds.
yeah, a Barrett's really heavy. So I'm like, maybe she was actually holding the Barrett.
Dude, my favorite congressional hearing ever is the guy's up there talking, and he's like, well, I have no problem, like, and it's anti-AR-15. He's like, people shouldn't be allowed to own this weapon. You know, it's new, it can do all these things, it's designed for warfare. He goes, what people should be allowed to own, like what we shouldn't regulate, are older style hunting rifles, flashes a photo of an M1 Garand. I'm like, do you have
Hunting
any
rifle.
idea how much more powerful that weapon is?
How many more people it's taken
Yeah,
out?
and like, do you know how many wars we carried that into? Like, hello.
I lost it. I'm like, wait, I'll take an M1 Garand over an AR-15 all day long.
Yeah.
With plenty of ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can reach out and touch somebody with that quite easily.
Accurately.
Yeah, you're going to give me 30-06 AP rounds? Yes, please.
Sign me up today. Where's the turn in my AR-15 for M1 Garand
I will
station?
trade
P.S.
it right now.
P.S. That weapon's a lot easier to make fully automatic. I know because the soldiers in the field in World War II figured out how to do it.
Yep.
In World War II. That's what they should be handing out to Ukraine.
If we're going to talk about these things, let's have a rudimentary understanding of what we're saying. Listen, everyone's going to make mistakes, but
I'm fine with silly mistakes. Like,
You should at least look into it before you start talking about it.
you're going to tell me that you went through this whole speech and didn't talk to a single person that knows anything about guns before you got in front of
Yeah.
people? Because the gun community is going to watch that and go, you're an idiot.
and then for your antiquated rifle, posted a picture of the rifle that General Patton said was the greatest armored implement or the greatest firearm implement ever created by man.
yeah.
Like,
Hello.
Old blood and guts.
Yeah.
Celebrated that weapon.
Yeah, thank
as
you.
the greatest weapon ever created.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for just throwing that out there for all of us. You're just helping us every day, all day.
They say things. You're like, well, no, I mean, both sides do it about different things, right? Like, try and listen to the right talking about abortion. It's a disaster. They have no idea what to say. It's a mess, right? And they're fighting. Like, my opinion is largely just from like that of a political strategist. Like, everyone should get behind right now. Republicans, Democrats, for different reasons, but it would be good for both. Right now, get behind a constitutional amendment for guaranteed rights to abortion to 15 weeks. And then, look, if you're in a state that wants more, do more. But then the states that want to do less can't do less. Like, and then the Republicans don't have to talk about it anymore because God help them, they sound stupid.
The whole conversation is dumb. Like, especially when dudes are talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but that's not really our place.
And I think there's plenty of Republicans that know how stupid they sound talking about it, that you might actually have a chance at a constitutional amendment for protections to 15 weeks.
So,
Just
as
so they know.
somebody that would have had a kid out of wedlock at 15, that was me. I didn't have a say in it, which, by all means, yes, I believe that she had all the say in the world. But in the end of it, because she was underage as well, she didn't have a say. It happened regardless. Then after that, some don't take it too well, and they start going on a downward spiral.
Yeah. I mean, the minors and abortions thing is a separate, much larger, far more concerned issue. I just think as a starting point, this is where we should start.
Well, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I also think that there should be contractual. Listen, free access to abortion should also mean that guys, you should have to get a contractual obligation from them to waive their financial, like to either step into or waive their financial obligations for the next 18 years.
Yes.
Just
Oh, interesting.
It makes it fair.
it should just be
It
more
does- it
than
does
an
even-
accident one night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you've got free access to abortion, then it should also just be more than this one accident, then handcuffs the guy for the next 20 years.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
But yes,
Shame we don't have smart people in office to
I
talk
am
about these things.
100% behind a constitutional amendment for protections to 15 weeks. If only because, listen, regardless of my point of view, if only because right now that seems to be where the majority of the country is, and I understand the moral obligation, or the moral objection to it. However, moral objections are subject to the polis, right? At some point, the majority of the people's opinions matter.
Right.
Like the moral majority can't keep trying to force their opinion, or the moral minority can't keep trying to force their opinion on the majority on an issue where they disagree because they think it's moral. Because morals largely are decided by the society at large. And this society at large, for better or for worse, has decided that it is not immoral to have an abortion, generally to 15 weeks-ish. Some places more, some places less. However, basically everyone agrees that on some level it's not immoral.
Right.
So let's stop letting this minority force the moral objection. Like, keep fighting for it,
Well, yeah.
but you can't keep fighting for it and also have it be law.
I got
If you can persuade a majority of the people to change it, great. Then it becomes the moral majority, and it can be law. But right now, they don't have the numbers. So let's just take it off the table.
Right. There are more important things to talk about.
In this country right now,
Yes.
100% there are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway,
I hear you.
what do you guys want to talk about? I'm just rambling. Wait. Interjection. Whiskey. Also, what the hell are we smoking? I'm smoking a Farrell, the Undercrown Farrell, which is really the Liga Farrell.
I'm just smoking an Undercrown Maduro again.
Well, we're smoking sort of the same thing.
Yeah,
And I
pretty
am
much.
not smoking anything.
Yeah.
And Kevin is just enjoying secondhand smoke.
All right.
And drinking whiskey.
Whiskeys.
Drinking whiskey.
What do you guys think?
I like C over A so far.
Yeah, me too.
I think, I don't know. I don't know if C is.
I don't know. I took A over C.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know which one's the Buffalo Trace. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I think it's C.
Think red fruits, red apples, red berries, and smell it when you smell it. Don't get your nose in it. Don't get it here,
Okay.
because the ethanol is going to screw it. Pull it a little bit away to where you don't feel any ethanol burn.
Oh, well then. A is the Buffalo Trace. Yep. All right, you know what? After other whiskeys, Jack Daniels, not that bad.
Right? This is what I
It
said.
does, it does change a little bit, for sure. I still know it's Jack Daniels, though. But I'm not terribly disappointed that it's Jack Daniels.
Is that why B is still pretty much full on yours?
B is Jack Daniels, and I know it is. It's got that smell.
I'm looking at Lane's glass right now, and it's pretty full still.
Because he knows what it is, too. When you know, you know. It's
It's just so I mean,
It's-
if we get this wrong, we're gonna look like fucking assholes.
well, then I'm going to think maybe you've lied to me this whole time about the banana bread thing, and you've just been trying to inceptionize me.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about? Put the camera on one of you for a minute. Let me taste some whiskeys.
All right, we'll look away here. Kevin, go.
I'm looking away. I can't.
What do you guys have on? What do you guys have on your topics list?
I mean, I already talked about the dentist.
Why do you love cigars?
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good question, I thought.
That's a good question, Casey.
Yeah.
Because this, right? Because what we do on this stupid podcast is exactly what we do in the shop. We talk about things that matter with no consequences because it doesn't matter what side you're on.
Yep.
Right, left, center, all opinions are welcome in here. I don't know why that is, but for as long as I've been smoking cigars, that's the case.
It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a safe space for ideas.
Well, you got to remember, it used to be the ultimate source of social media back in the day. People would come in, they'd socialize, conduct business using this as a tool.
But there's still a respect for the medium.
Yeah.
Like people come in here and it's okay to disagree. And it's one of the few places where that's still okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I love cigars.
As long as you're not a dick.
Yeah, I mean, you have to respect the medium a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some guys come in today, and I was like,
Oh.
not in the mood for it. Not in the mood for it. No.
Was it the guys in the suit?
No, this dude walks in, right? I don't know him. And he goes, "You guys selling cigars?"
Nope.
And I just looked at him. And he goes, You guys selling cigars? Am I speaking English?"
Nope.
Nope.
And I looked at him, and I just looked at him, and he goes, and I'm like, "Yeah, because that's not like the 100th time I've heard that dumb joke." And he goes, "Whoa," and I'm all, "You started it, man."
Your fight.
And-
I just stepped into the ring.
And he was like, "Well, I mean," I'm all, "No, you started it." I was like, "That's how you're gonna walk in?" Like, I'm not in the mood already. I'm like, "I got a whole room right there if you'd like to take a look."
Yeah.
And his buddy's all like, "Well, that guy's a dick." And I was like, "Really? I'm the dick? I'm all, what? How? I'm all, I didn't do anything."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, maybe my tone was a bit craft." I'm like, but I wasn't like, "Hey, fuck off and get out," you know? I was like, "Hey, you know, it's a dumb joke. Like, I'm sorry. It's like I've heard it 1,000 times. Like, go away." Or at least come up with a clever joke. Be clever. I don't think that's asking too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're. So here's the one thing I will say. Sometimes you're right. But sometimes they're just really uncomfortable and you can't see it.
That's fair, and I've been trying to work on that.
Like sometimes the one-liner is a function of them not really knowing what to do in here.
Yeah, but these guys clearly knew what they wanted.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, these guys were definitely experienced cigar shop dudes,
Okay.
and they were just trying to be funny.
Yeah, I have less sympathy for those guys. The awkward ones, like I
Yeah.
want to help them out.
Yeah, like I've gotten it down now where, like, okay, I noticed the first timers who are like, "I really don't know what to do. I'm afraid."
Yeah.
And I'm like, come with me. I can help you. But if you're like, you know, in your 50s,
Just hit them back, man. They're like,
I did hit them back, and they didn't like it.
just hit them back with a little joke. Like, all right. And you're like, wow, that's original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said that in my own words. He didn't appreciate that. And
That's
I was
fair.
like, you know what? Hey, you know what? That's fine. There's no gun to your head that says you had to buy anything.
Oh my God. I told you I had a lady threaten to shoot me in the face in the club.
A lady threatened to shoot you in the face.
Yes.
When was this?
I had a. This
Wow.
was Saturday.
Saturday?
Oh my God, that show was ratchet.
Now, was this person from like a region that's about 4 hours from here?
I don't know where they were from,
No.
and it wasn't entirely their fault. One of my jackass hosts sold them a table after we closed the front doors. So they bought a table and a bottle, and we closed like 20 minutes later.
Ooh.
So that host is going to get some words.
Ooh.
But then, so before I can ever get to like, well, listen, we pick another show. I'll comp you the first bottle, blah, blah, whatever, right? Before I can ever get to that. Lady fucking looks at me, and she's like, you're going to be lucky to make it out of here tonight. I'm like, I'm sorry? And she goes, yeah. She goes, you'd be lucky if you don't get shot in the face on the way to the parking lot. I was like, hey, security. She threatened to shoot me in the face on the way to the parking lot. And they're like, with a gun? I'm like, I'm pretty sure. You want to, like, 86 him or something?
Who says that?
I don't know. I had another couple just swearing me out because we closed one side of the pool. Hot tubs stay open later, but there's 2 sets of hot tubs. Only one set stays open. And I'll go up there, and they're freaking out. They freaked out on security, and then I walk up. And I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. We're closing these hot tubs. The one down below are open. And they start going into, it took 5 hours to get bell service and fucking this and that and the other thing. And, we could stay at any hotel. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Nonetheless, I have to close these hot tubs. There's no staff up here. It's unsafe. Well, you and your fucking garbage hourly rate. I want to talk to the manager. I'm like, I am a manager. And I'm telling you, like, unfortunately, I have to close these hot tubs. Well, clearly you're not worth what they pay you. You should lose your house. You shouldn't even be able to eat at night for what the customer service that you offer. Wow. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Wow.
And you just took it.
I don't.
They even, dude, like, threw himself. I was like, guys, you got to get out of the hot tubs right now. Like, and they milked it for all they're worth. And he, like, fine. He throws his feet out and splashes all over my shoes. And I'm not wearing polo shoes out there because thought I was in a private party. Look down. He's like, are you just going to look at your shoes now? I'm like, God damn it. I wish I was in my cigar shop. I'd drag you out by your fucking hair.
I just as an observation, I can help you with this problem. What you need, okay, is a toaster attached to an extension cord. Now, the extension cord is not plugged in, but they don't know that, okay? And you go, look, folks, I'm sorry, we're going to have to close this hot tub down. This is a toaster. It's a 4-burner toaster, which means it's got a lot of wattage in it. You've got 5 minutes before I throw this bitch in. Good luck. Let me tell you, more people will move very quickly if they think you're that kind of person.
Right?
You have to match crazy with crazy in today's world.
Sometimes you do.
You know?
I mean, I understand that they're frustrated, right?
Oh, I mean, because essentially you're working at a hotel,
Yeah.
right? So you have to deal with the Snicker syndrome,
Yeah.
which is we don't know how they got there. We don't know the 5-hour trip with the kids yelling in the background, the kids kicking the back of their plane seat. We don't know how they got there. But when they get there, they're just angry from travel because they need a Snickers bar. And you want to be like, yeah, that's true, but they're also just being dicks.
I might just walk around with Snickers bars. So when people get fucking mouthy,
just hand them out.
I'll just be like, it'll help.
You're not you.
Would you hand it like that?
Oh, I would.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd say something stupid like, it'll help.
You're not you and you're hungry.
Yeah. Why wait?
Now,
The inside of their effort just
to be
says
fair,
fuck
though,
off.
to be fair, that would work on a few people.
It would.
They would be like,
It would work on more than you think.
yeah, they'd be like,
And the one that it didn't work on might actually throw a punch, which would not be a terrible outcome.
I mean,
worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
100% worth the risk.
you've been waiting for a scrap.
Fuck, I thought scraps never
This is the thing, dude. That fight, in that show, we had fights all over the place, and security's like, I don't know what's happening. It's like the 4th fight tonight. And I'm like, I don't understand the problem. And they're like, well, I didn't say that. But this is my head. I'm like, I don't understand the problem. And they're just like, we don't know what to do. This is mayhem. And I'm like, when I work security, like, we prayed for these nights.
Yeah.
Exactly.
First of all,
How old were these
that's
people?
not how this went, Lane. Okay, here's what happened. Is they were like, man, it's like our 5th fight. And you just like hung your head down and you started beating it on the podium. They're like, "What's wrong with that guy?" I'd be like, "Yeah, he missed all the fights."
Yeah.
Sad.
This is so disappointing.
So Police Academy when there's like there was gunplay, sir, and he missed it, and Tackleberry's just all sad. He's just hitting his head.
I did at one point. I wasn't even the show yet. It was the theater for the concert. And there's something going on. There's a bunch of people with their cell phones up. People are hollering. And I'm walking around with my boss and the VP of security, who was some sort of like armed forces deal. Good guy, lots of experience, stout, like big build. And he fucking bolts up the stairs, and my boss is in front of me, and he starts doing the like walk. And I sort of like nudge him to the side as I'm jumping like 3 steps at a time to get up behind the VP. Like, what are we doing? And we both get up there and there's nothing happening. They're like dancing or something. And we both were like, oh.
Yep. Fuck, I thought Scrap's never going to go.
When was this?
Saturday.
Nice.
Do you think your boss would have figured it out when you like nicely nudged him and launched up there?
He's just like full blown, just taking 2 dudes down. Got one in a chokehold.
Oh my God. I mean, listen,
Just
I'm not
DDT some other guys.
I'm not quite in the shape I was in college, and I'm sure I can't take a punch like I could then. But, damn.
Would probably still take
Would
a
you
pretty good
sweet
punch.
chin music somebody?
No.
Come on.
No?
No. I've never hit anybody like that when I was working.
Oh.
You
You
weren't-
never tuned up the band? Little Shawn Michaels?
Oh my God. I did? No, never. I thought Jared Leto's security guard was going to get after my guys when we tossed him out. We tossed Jared Leto out of one of my bars.
Didn't know this.
Oh my God. No joke. I didn't even see her.
Wasn't that in front of Cameron Diaz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz was right there. Like, I could have reached out and touched her, apparently, which one of my guys told me later. They were like, dude, did you see Cameron Diaz? I'm like, no, come on. And they're like, dude, you just threw her boyfriend out of a bar right in front of her. They broke up like 2 weeks later. I'm like, I totally did that.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
did that.
emasculated the crap out of him.
Yeah, you did that.
Because it wasn't just like get out. Like I was lecturing him on contracts. I'm like, here's how you're in breach. You're basically a shitbag. You know what? Get the fuck out of my bar. And then the owner, like 2 days later, he's like, he's never going to come back here. I'm like, dude, he was never coming back here anyway. Yeah.
He doesn't even know where we are.
Yeah. And he did. The next year he played the Mid-State Fair up in Paso to like a, because he basically, I mean, the band is good.
Yeah.
A band?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Is that Jared Little's band?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he basically bought a bunch of super talent. He might be better now. At the time, he was junk. Like they were covering for him the whole time. It was not pretty. But he was supposed to be the headliner. They were supposed to play 90 minutes. He didn't like the venue apparently when he got there. So they're the first band on. He plays for like 35 minutes and bails. Meantime, we have maybe a third of the people into the show. So we just start panicking. We stop searching people for cameras. We just start getting everybody in that we can because I want to refund as few tickets as possible. And he starts bitching. Like, I go back there and he starts, because you had to go through the green room to get to the liquor room.
Right.
Because it's a college bar. And he starts bitching about cameras, and I'm apologizing. I'm like, yeah, we were just trying to get people in as quickly as we could. And then he's like, I need to get paid right now. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Paid for what?
He's like, why not? I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure in breach of contract. Like, I'm going to let the owner deal with that tomorrow, but you're not getting paid. He's like, why am I in breach of contract? I'm like, well, you were supposed to play for 90 minutes. You played for 30. You were supposed to be the headliner. You played at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have to refund at least 300 tickets. Well, that's not my problem. Well, I'm making it your problem. Because I'm the one with the money.
Does anyone else see the foreshadowing here? That Lane was like, contract law, like, already doing lawyer shit.
And then he started, so I've got a couple guys with me who are pretty big, right? Because all my door guys were massive.
Yeah.
But they weren't there for any particular reason. They were just there because they were the ones grabbing the liquor for the bar upstairs. His security guard was like 350 pounds of, I'm going to wreck your world. But I had more guys, and my guys, I'm pretty sure, were better trained than his guy was. And his guy just hangs his head behind him like, not again. Like he's done it before. You can see that look on security guards' faces, but he's like, God damn it. Why are you doing this to me?
Just one venue without having to fight. Just one time.
And then I ended up throwing him out. I ended up being like, just get the fuck out of my bar. Like, I'm done with you.
The security guard's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah. And then we walk out, and 10 minutes later, my head of security is like, dude, did you see how hot Cameron Diaz was? And I was like, go fuck yourself, really? Like, did I
Where?
miss that?
Yeah, where was Cameron Diaz?
He's
Hang
like, you
on.
were standing right next to her.
Didn't see her.
Yeah.
I would have known Cameron Diaz. That was Cameron Diaz.
That pissed me off more than anything.
Yeah, but that's funny. It's, you know. Yeah, well, yeah, because it was like just dealing with a regular douchebag for, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But like, oh, Cameron Diaz. What? No way. Cameron
You
Diaz.
could have kicked him out, kept her there. Called it good.
She stayed and partied.
Well, and we had, like, we were a small little college bar, but because of where it was, we got really good talent. So it wasn't like the first time these guys had come through. And most of those guys were really cool. He was just a dick.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But anyway, what else we got on here? How much time do we have before Strange New Worlds?
We got some time. We got a little bit of time.
All right.
Did you? I don't think you actually ever answered the question. Why do you love
Oh,
cigars?
I did.
Yeah, I
did.
know you did.
What
Casey.
about you?
Oh, yeah, you
Kevin?
guys. I've been doing all the
Yeah.
talking tonight.
It gives me a chance to hang out with you guys, and I get to meet new people, have interesting conversations. It's made me better.
Yeah, you see, you guys get to meet all the cool people. Right?
You do
guys-
too.
I don't meet cool people.
I mean,
You literally
gotta talk
have
to 'em.
Too Tall's phone number.
That is true.
Well, yeah, but that's like as a group consensus. Like, we're all here for that, except for Kevin, because he wasn't here.
I met
Yeah,
Ed
but you're the
twice.
one that actually texts him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's, I mean, not all the time.
Yeah, but you can, and he'll answer. And he'll answer quickly.
Listen, I've missed out
Yes.
on meeting Larry the Cable Guy. I
Alright.
missed out on meeting
Larry was
Jim
cool.
Belushi.
Jim was cool.
I didn't meet Jim. I met Larry.
See,
Jim was cool.
you've met all the good ones.
I didn't meet,
Billy Wall was cool.
what's his face?
I didn't
Quarterback
meet
for
him.
the Steelers.
George?
Terry Bradshaw.
I didn't meet Terry Bradshaw.
I didn't meet Terry Bradshaw either.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't.
It was just Roger?
Just Roger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did sit in here for 4 hours with Joe Theismann that one time.
Yeah, I bet that was cool.
That was cool. If I had known who he was, it probably would have been cooler. I just didn't know who he was.
Like you didn't know, or it just
No,
didn't click?
it was like when I first started working here. Okay,
Okay.
and it was like it was probably like, I don't know, it was like summer. So it was Celebrity Golf. So it was July, and it was like one of the first times I'd been in here, I think, working by myself. And this dude was sitting in here, and he was just sitting in the chair smoking. And usually I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna sit in here and smoke, like I'm gonna smoke with you. Like, you know, I don't want anyone to smoke by themselves.
Yeah.
So I lit up a cigar, and then no one came in. Like, no one. So I just sat next to him, and we just started talking about like random stuff. You know, like going fishing, and you know, like everything that wasn't football.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, you know, I've been here for a few hours. I'm waiting for this presentation thing I got to go do." And I was like, "Oh, you have to like give a speech or something?" He's like, "Yeah, it's some fundraiser thing we're doing up there." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah, it'd be fun." And then he just left. And like seriously, 30 seconds in the hallway, some dude walks by and goes, "Was that Joe Theismann?" And I'm all, no. Then I googled Joe Theismann, and I was all, son of a bitch, I love Joe Theismann. And I was like, I spent 4 hours with Joe Theismann. I know who he was. Yeah.
Those guys.
But no, I mean, like more recently, I feel like I just get all the kooky people, and you guys get all the cool people.
Well, I mean, I literally hung out with like 2 weeks ago a pastor who smokes cigars and drinks whiskey, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Sat there, had a good conversation with him.
See? Yeah.
A gay couple walks in, highly conservative. They were both awesome.
Oh, I remember
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
had a
they
good
were fun.
conversation with him. He actually had a business conversation with the guy next to him, and they were plotting out what they were going to do in the next couple years, and that guy got him to think about his next couple steps.
Yeah. See? And I get the guys who crack dumb jokes and they're assholes.
Listen,
What
I got
else
one girl.
Y'all,
One-
yeah.
that same night, a girl came in. She's a life coach, reborn Christian, and she was kind of crazy. She started crying. She was talking to me, and I'm like,
I don't know what to do here.
no, I just kept going. I started talking to her like she was one of my kids at camp,
That's
perfect.
fair.
That's perfect.
and I got her through, and she left, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I mean, dude, Ken brings you Padrones every time he comes in.
Well, all right, yeah. So,
James and Wanda.
oh, well, I
James and
haven't seen
Wanda, yeah.
James in
Adam, they're coming up tomorrow.
hopefully,
Are they?
allegedly.
Allegedly.
How long are you
Yeah.
supposed to be here?
Well, hopefully we can get him on the Sunday.
We're
show.
trying to get him through Sunday to
yeah,
stick around and do this with
until
us.
Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna miss it.
Right? You two have the strongest connection. You were both tankers.
I know.
Right.
Still blows my mind that he was a tanker at 6'6" or whatever he is.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
I had that one LT. He's 6'4", but he was stockier than.
Yeah.
Then
James is Felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy was stocky and he was like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't fit. Move your seat. I'm like, I can't move my
The
seat.
seat
It's
doesn't
fixed,
move.
you
It's
jackass.
It's welded down.
Why don't you fucking lose some weight and cut your legs off?
I mean, who else has come through? I mean, you've run into a lot of those guys.
No, that's fair. They're few and far between.
Yeah.
I feel, and more recently, I feel like it's been less,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Post-COVID, it definitely tailored off some.
Yes. So that it's coming back slowly.
Well, I mean, it's not just that though, but I mean, we're not allowed to do anything with the celebrity golf anymore because it requires you to pay for the cigars now. What is
Yeah.
it?
Well, yeah, you can't give cigars away
Yeah.
technically, but I was totally okay with that loophole. That if you bought a ticket, technically you paid something.
True.
It was a total way around that. They don't like cigars over there.
Yeah, that you can thank the GM for that. She's anti.
Yeah.
Fun.
What's that?
Fun.
Yeah, everything. She's not fun. She's the opposite of fun.
Anti-fun.
Anti-fun.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just, but that there's definitely part of the love of cigars is just who you meet along the way.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys that come through here blow my mind sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you hear crazy stories about people. I mean, like we met Big E.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm Mark Wahlberg's personal assistant. You're like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
That was awesome.
You're like,
Yeah.
what? I'm sorry, you do what now? Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the reason for Entourage. Get the fuck out of here.
And then we had.
And then you Google it, and he's actually in
And-
interviews
and
about
you're
it. You're
like,
like, oh shit.
Yeah, we
Holy
double
crap,
checked that.
That's the guy. You're like, wow. I mean, yeah, it does have its perks. That's for sure. And it's really any cigar shop you go to.
It is.
Like it doesn't matter where it is. I mean, I imagine that like there's like some hoity-toity ones.
But even they're pretty friendly, unless they're private.
Yeah.
But even the private ones, right? Like the one in downtown Sacramento that closed that I used to smoke at when I was in school. You'd pay the lounge fee to smoke in there because I didn't want to buy and go.
Right.
Of course.
It was like $6 or $7 or something. I'd go into the back and I'd end up talking to like one of the Sacramento Kings or like state senators or whoever.
Yeah, that last time we went there, that guy for OKC was playing.
Yeah.
He was just chilling there, and you were like, oh, he's clearly in his basketball attire still. He's like, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, I'm just gonna smoke.
Or the one in Loomis that I was smoking in.
Yeah.
I sit down, and 30 seconds in, there's a guy next to me who's talking story to another guy, like sitting on the couch across the way, like over the table. And at some point, I look over at him and I go, "Your voice," and he goes, "Yep, sports talk radio." It's like that's where it's from, and we just sat and bullshitted for like 2 hours. Yeah,
No, it's just that, and it's calming, right? Like you just like you have a really crappy day,
yeah.
and you go, I need a cigar. And you light a cigar, and you're just like, oh.
But everyone knows it's not going to be fandom. Like, you're going to sit there and really bullshit. You can identify these celebrities, and past the identification, it's still just talking and smoking
Yeah,
cigars.
because you're
Yeah.
not gonna go overboard and say, "Oh my God, can I get your autograph?"
Well, and someone in the shop, like when we had fucking dude in here, and Dallas Cowboys fan was just pawing all over, and at some point I was like, that's enough.
Yeah,
He's like, well, I'm like, no, it's probably time for you to go.
yeah. I mean, that was the reason he stayed.
Yeah.
Like Ed was legitimately like, oh, I'll stay here. Yeah,
But I mean-
you keep kicking them out. We'll be good.
Someone in the shop is going to take control of the situation for them.
Yeah, someone's going to like know who they are and be like, don't ruin this for the rest of us. Cause,
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's like, look, I don't know if you know where you're at, but that's not the vibe here.
yeah, go away.
Yeah.
You're-
Like if you want to sit and be a part of us, cool. But you can't do that doing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. You're starting to damage my calm.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
yeah.
want to go down that road.
Yeah. No, it's just the experience. It's what it is. It's the experience.
Yeah, it really is. It's just
And then other things, right? Like being the guy that shows up with cigars to the golf course and, having enough for everybody, opening up the case. Guys are like, "Oh, are you sure?" "Yeah, man, I'm sure. Take whatever you want."
I mean, when
Yeah,
I
the
show when
low-end
I
ones
show up
for
with
you.
the 30 bucks.
Oh, I know, to the scrambles that we play
Yeah,
in, and you pop
it's just
open.
like, oh, what are you guys in the mood for? Everyone's like, what? Did you bring the shop with you? Yeah.
As best I could.
Like, what do you need? Flavored, mild, medium, strong? I got it all in here, man. What do you need? And I'll just give them away.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, if I'm at a golf course, you'll know because the whole golf course will smell like cigars.
Jeff was super appreciative that we got him that box.
Cool.
I don't know. The problem is he's not going to be up here for the summer. If you see a week with low occupancy,
Don't really, you know.
we got to let him know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be some weird weeks.
Really?
I mean, the 21-day forecast came out,
It's not good.
and what do you think 4th of July should be right now?
Should be at least 80.
I would think, well, right now, maybe 72. Projected to be at 95.
25.
25.
Seriously? Well, it is a Tuesday, though.
I know, but still, it's 4th of July.
What's Monday the 3rd?
You mean Monday the 2nd? Oh, yeah, Monday the 3rd. It is 36%.
Because if I had to guess, I would bet we're not going to be 100 in here on the 4th, but we're going to be 100 on the 3rd. And then about half of them are going to leave.
Oh, right, because it's Monday.
Yeah, like they might stay for the fireworks, they might not. They're going to take the long weekend. They're going to have Monday off. They're going to bail on Tuesday. They're going to watch fireworks where they live, and then they have to be back to work on Wednesday.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I think right now it's like 20, 25, 26. So
I was just hearing fucking the lead host down there that you guys know. He's like, I just sold a $2,500 cabana. And I'm like, sweet. When? He's like, 4th of July. I'm like, where's the other 2,500? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize we were giving off discount tickets.
Yeah.
Is that Dusty Boy?
Yeah. Yes, tis. Did you tell your dad
My dad's known.
why he got fired from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked me about him, and I'm like, yeah, this is why. This is what he's doing.
Yeah.
You might see him over here in this area.
Did you share my opinion on the matter?
No.
No.
Casey.
Oh, we lost a camera.
Whoa. We have lost Kevin's.
What? That camera shouldn't be going down.
That's weird.
Right?
Maybe that battery wasn't fully charged. That's.
It's okay. You guys don't need to see me anyways.
I was just.
I'm looking at one of your topics, and I'm curious about it.
Yeah, which one?
Well, there's two of them, but
Go ahead, buddy.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah, what is ice like? It's frozen or ice like immigration?
So it's immigration. Yeah. Oh, I don't think they're gonna be like, Bustin makes me feel good. Let me grow. Yeah, we're deporting them to Mexico.
Well, I didn't know it just said ice, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So apparently, the new logo came out. It was like the only teaser we've gotten, except for this TikTok video that the So the girl who played Egon's granddaughter
Okay.
is back apparently.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to bring the
And
kids
she
back.
did like a TikTok video where she went down the pole in the firehouse and she's wearing a Ghostbuster uniform. And then she's like running by the Ecto one that's parked in the garage,
Getting
like
work done.
outside. And then she's like on the street where the faux street is. And, the camera turns around, you see like the firehouse. And like, I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, we haven't seen anything. But then the actual director on Twitter put out the logo. And the logo is the regular Ghostbusters logo, but it's like been blasted with ice.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Because I was kind of thinking we were going to do the Ghostbusters 2 again
Yeah.
with Vigo.
Yeah.
Because it was hinted, like, how many other paintings did Vigo put himself in? I was like, that would be kind of interesting, I think, to bring back Vigo. But, all right, I'm kind of curious now what this ice thing is going for. Although disappointing because now, if there's ice in Ghostbusters and ice in Batman, then we're just going with the ice theme. And I'm just like, ugh.
My only problem is if you bring back Vigo. Because probably the best part of that entire probably the best part of that entire movie is fucking Bill Murray. Look at, only a Carpathian would come back now
And
to
choose
New York City. Yeah.
If I was you.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. So I'm curious now though. Like, where's it going? Like, what are we? Like, where are we going with Ghostbusters?
All right, before we get too deep, I want scores for the whiskeys.
Scores for the whiskey.
Yes.
All right. Kevin?
I'll let you go first.
All right. I'm going to give C.
First, give me your ranking.
So it's going to go. I'm going to go CAB.
C-A-B.
Yeah.
Okay.
C is a 92 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A, I'm going to give a 76.
Okay.
And B, 60.
Okay.
See, I went ACB,
ACB.
Okay.
and I took A as wild turkey.
Well, give me your scores.
Okay. A, I have about an 89.
Okay.
C, I had about an 80. And B was about 72.
All right. And you thought A was turkey?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think C was? Buffalo Trace, right?
Correct.
And Jack. And
Yep.
how about you, Casey?
I think C is Buffalo Trace. A is Wild Turkey. And B is Jack Daniels. I think.
All right.
Here we go. The sommelier is in the office. Sniffing. Giving it a sniff. Of course, this isn't the first time.
Swirling.
Give it a little swirl in the background. Now remember, we asked for the crowd to be calm during this time. This is very important.
Yes.
No, he's
That's
finished
good.
scene now. This could be. Oh, there's a pause there. Has he identified
I'm good.
rare turkey?
The
So,
numbers.
JD.
Oh.
I'm going to say C is turkey and A is Buffalo Trace. For some reason, I'm having a hard time distinguishing. And I went 74, 68, 62, ACB. So I'll add them up. You talk about something, I'll add them up real fast.
All right.
I can already tell you what the winner is going to be based on the numbers.
C.
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 Because I gave it a 90.
Yeah, your 90's throwing it off.
Casey, you had another one.
Which one was the other one?
AI.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence?
Yeah, and how it's not actually AI.
Yeah. Okay. So see, the problem is everyone's like, "Oh, artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence." The stuff we have today is not artificial intelligence. Like it's smart. It's a smart interface. Sure.
Are you
It's
talking about
not
Chat GPT?
Yeah, like the chat thing they'll call
Oh, yeah.
artificial intelligence. No, that's not artificial intelligence.
What you mean is it's not artificial intelligence in that it's sentient.
Yes.
But there's a point where if you program enough data into it for practical purposes,
Yes.
not moral purposes, for practical purposes, does it matter?
No.
Like it's effectively doing the same thing even though it's a mimic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. Yes, I suppose so. But still, it's
Like it's
I mean-
not creating anything of its own volition.
right. So where's the intelligence part?
Well, think of it as a conglomerate intelligence, right? It's really all the intelligence and all the opinions that we've created summarized into like the most efficient output ever when you ask it a question.
Right.
Now, at no point is it its own thing. It's not creating like it doesn't identify that it's a thing
Right.
with an opinion.
Like the
it's
Google
really
Glass?
just doing its best to spit out the answer that it's programmed to think that you want.
Right. But so,
mean-
I don't think that's artificial intelligence.
Well, I think that
I
what
mean,
you're
maybe we
thinking
have
is
to change the definition of artificial intelligence.
probably
Sure, but it just to me it doesn't feel like that's artificial intelligence.
More of an algorithm.
Well, it's more like it's there's intelligence there, right? Because it's the simplest. You ask a question, and it gives you an answer, right?
Right.
To the best of its ability, based on how it's programmed. But like they had that Winston thing, right? Or Watson, was it Watson? At,
It was Watson.
yeah, and it could play chess and Jeopardy, and that was more close. I feel to artificial intelligence.
I thought Google
You
had
know.
2 bots that created a language between them.
Well, yeah, but
Isn't that AI?
were the 2 bots? I guess
They were speaking to each other and created a language right there.
then that would classify as early stage AI for sure. You know,
I just don't think the original test that we had for AI
well,
works anymore.
I think the original test from an Isaac Asimov book, isn't it from iRobot?
Is it? It might be.
I
think
think
so.
I think it is. I think it's the Asimov test. Like the three rules of robotics is also the 3 rules for how you test for artificial intelligence or something like that. It's definitely from one of the Asimov books.
All right. Are you ready?
All right, what do we got?
C is the winner at 80.
All right.
A is a very, very close second at 79.6. And B is coming in third at 64.6. So
Ooh,
whatever C
hot
is
fire.
the winner. Would you like to look back and check?
All right. Let's find out.
What was B?
B got a 64.6. Here we go. Time for the reveal. For the record, Casey switched. Casey went with what I originally thought for what was what, and I went with what Casey originally thought for what was what.
C. Buffalo Trace.
C is Buffalo Trace.
Yes.
So we got that right.
A. Wild Turkey.
Yep.
B. Good old Jack Daniels.
Wait, does that mean that I nailed it?
No.
No, Casey nailed it.
I nailed it.
Casey
Yeah.
and I nailed it.
Yes. We were right.
But Wild Turkey is the winner. No, Buffalo Trace is the winner. Just
Buffalo
barely.
is, yeah.
Just barely.
All right. I think if it was a 101,
'Cause
it
you
would
didn't
have
get the
won.
101, yeah.
Yeah, it's because I didn't get the 101. But it wouldn't have been fair.
No. But today we beat the Psalm. That's 2 points for us. Goose egg for you, sir.
No, because I nailed it last week.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, no proof, right?
I don't
Because you
know.
don't have the sound.
No digital proof.
I have
No
the, I have the
digital proof.
notes.
You could have manufactured those notes at any time.
That's right. It was written after.
Those goes. Who knows where those came from?
You know, I'm gonna have to label these both 17A and 17B or something in the sheet.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean, did you put it out there?
No, but I keep track for our purposes.
Oh, yeah.
So that like
You
at the
keep
end of the
track.
year we can do we can take all the winners and do like a best of the 50 winners or best of the 25 winners or something.
We could keep it episode 18 and then just say 17 got lost episode 17.
No, we'll call it 17.
we'll call it 17 because it's
But I got to redo the
Okay.
thumbnell.
yeah thumbnail.
Did you like the thumbnail I sent you?
I did like the thumbnail. It was very nice. I was like, oh, okay.
I want to do an actual photo rather than the steel sheet. I'm gonna work with it
Oh,
when I have
you-
time.
you-
Probably over my days off.
Play with it however you feel.
Well, I mean, this one I'll send to you tonight. I'll do it tonight. I'll do a cheap one tonight. But at some point, I want to make it look good.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna hound you. Like you said you were gonna do it, then I didn't get it, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna hound him. It's his birthday. I'm not gonna tell him to do work.
Oh, dude, I had such a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that day started at the gym at like 8 in the morning.
Who
and then
who goes to the gym on their birthday?
I
That
do.
guy?
I do. It was a Monday.
Freaking weirdo.
I can't go this Monday because the gym's closed.
Why?
Juneteenth.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
and
19th,
your
right?
gym's in Nevada.
Well,
Where
and
they
my
just
gym
made it a state holiday.
and my gym's a county gym,
Yeah.
so it's closed for county holidays because no other gym is closed that day.
Oh, yeah.
I could still get into mine.
You're a jerk.
I got a fob.
Yeah, you're a jerk.
This is the perks about being a county employee.
Yeah, I got it. Jerk.
Yeah, someone's gonna get punched in the arm.
It's okay. I'll keep poking the bear.
Poking the bear.
I was gonna ask about the ring there for a minute.
Oh, one of the girls gave it to me.
She pretty?
They're all pretty. They're cocktail waitresses at a pool party.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, live in the now, dude. Like, what-
That is true. I mean, I work here. All the cocktail girls are here. Well, not
I mean,
of
they're
them.
all off limits because they all work for me.
Well, yeah.
But whatever.
They're trying to get in with the boss.
Dude, I already had like they come up and they behind you and they like give you like the shoulder rub and you're like, oh, every fucking time.
You're like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Oh, if I wasn't your boss.
And that's how it goes every time. For the record, I've never made that particular mistake.
Nor should you ever make.
Listen,
No.
you're smart enough to not do that, and we know it.
Yeah.
At least we trust.
I've been in the business a long time.
And you know, you when you see it, go
I'm
wrong,
also, yeah.
it goes wrong.
Oh, it goes
All the
bad.
time.
It goes bad
Every
Yeah.
time.
People don't believe you when you say that too. You're like, oh,
Unless
you
it
should do
goes the
that.
way it went here, where the two guys married the cocktail witches that they were dating. But they were also bartenders. They weren't their boss.
Yeah, that's,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, there are the two that happen here where they were the boss.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was actually recent.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh,
Very
FA.
recent. Very recent.
got it.
Yeah.
Well, also my boss, before I stepped down.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
who I was
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Him and another one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and the one of the two guys that predates me as manager of the department.
So 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although he didn't get fired for it. He got fired because he was part of the team that got fired. He got fired because his boss was terrible, and they just got rid of both of them.
Fair enough.
Well, if there's one bad seed in the pot, there might be two.
You know, in casinos that happens often. Like, they don't just fire the one bad person; they fire like anyone that
Yeah,
they feel is allied with them.
Guilty by association,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
It's not even just guilty. They're like, we're firing him, and we feel like you're loyal to him, so we're going to fire you too.
yeah.
We don't think you were doing what he was doing, but it doesn't matter.
Can't risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that happened at the place I left. I was part of the team that lost the power play.
Yeah.
And I wasn't involved in the power play, but I was close enough to the person who made the play and lost.
You were on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, that guy's on the bench.
Yeah. And it's just the way it goes in casinos.
He might not have dressed up for the game. but
Wait, would
he's
they bring
on
you
the
back?
team.
Probably not.
No?
Maybe.
I mean, with your work ethic and what you've done for the company, I mean, if they had a choice, I think they'd bring you back.
I think one of their competitors, in fact, I don't think I know one of their competitors reached out to my old boss to ask about me.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look out now. Coming in for the steal. Like, yeah, what about
Hey,
that
guys
guy you
don't-
had working here who was doing a pretty good job? What guy?
You guys don't want it, we'll take it.
Well, my old boss was also part of the team of guys that got axed, so he's somewhere else.
Right.
Oh.
They reached out to him.
Oh.
Somehow they had he's working for someone that they know. So they went to the owner of the casino that he's at, asked to get his number, and then reached out to him and asked to get my number.
Wow.
And how'd that
I'm
work?
like, that's a lot of work. I don't know what happened. I just found out it happened today. I haven't heard from him yet.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Because he asked me today if he could pass on my number. And I said, sure.
Well, why not?
And it's close
What,
by?
what harm is it going to do?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes closer.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, it's a smaller casino, but I think the title would probably
Is
be
it one by Costco or?
a couple steps up. No, it's not Pilgrims. It's the other direction.
Okay.
Ah. Still, not bad.
Yeah, listen, if I can walk into a property where GM is in the near future, then I might actually feel
Oh,
bad about still
snap.
working for casinos.
Fair.
Is it the federal?
No.
Oh. They're looking for a GM if you want that job.
What?
Yeah, they are. Federal?
I don't know, federal.
It's where the Casino Max is. Next to the abandoned casino.
Oh.
That
Next to
abandoned
Orangeburg.
casino's up for sale.
It's been for
Dude,
sale for like 20 years.
That
No, it's
casino
actually
has,
more recent.
has almost been sold 8 times. I know the agent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Almost.
Keeps falling through.
I wish I had the money. I'd buy that casino in a heartbeat.
Right.
Yeah, they're asking a lot for it.
I know it's way too much.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
it's probably worth 18 to 20, and I think they're asking 65.
Ooh, they need to come way down.
Oh, 65.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean,
seeing how it hasn't done anything.
the upside is the land comes with it. It's not just the business.
Fair.
And it's gutted. I mean, it's
I mean, I like its location.
empty.
It's actually not empty.
I thought it was gutted.
Believe it or not, it's got mountains of brand new equipment because the last people that tried to buy it actually bought it, remodeled it, and then walked away.
Oh, so it's just ready to go.
It's really close.
Wow.
I thought the one guy that owned it was sitting there having his buddies come in and playing in there.
To keep the
No,
license.
no, that's before these guys. So the
Okay.
last guys, they never opened it. They owned it, but they never opened it.
Okay.
They were a couple tech guys. Turns out they didn't know what they were doing in casinos, and they realized that, so they walked away.
Makes sense.
They closed the club too. That sucks. The club was cool.
Yeah,
It had the pool tables and the little bar. It was a nice little space.
yeah.
It'd make a killer cigar shop.
Well,
Cause like it's its own little thing, you know. So
Yeah.
you keep the pool tables in there and the bar, and then add a humidor, and have like a cool speakeasy style cigar shop just in its own little space. It'd be sweet. We need to go rob a bank, get some money.
right? It's only
I think robbing a bank's easier than winning the lottery. Just
yeah.
as a general consensus.
That's fair.
I mean,
I mean, you're more likely to rob a bank, go to jail, get out of jail, and then use the money if you hid it away properly, than you probably are to win the lottery.
oh yeah, that's a good point. Especially if you can hide it somewhere
Not,
it grows.
not in any way recommending
I mean,
robbing a
not
bank.
Not if you. Have you thought about this before?
No, never.
Should we be?
It was a random thought that just occurred to me.
It seemed really well thought out for a random thought. It was like really well put together.
Sometimes random
Like-
thoughts are.
You had been planning that for something.
Listen, hire some Turks, pay them in crypto. I can have the money stashed in a Swiss bank account.
Okay.
Just saying.
We should not be talking about this. I don't think you need this evidence just floating through the internet.
Looks like we're losing another
people,
episode.
People watching this episode are gonna be like, why did it blank out like right at the end there? What happened?
Yeah, what were they?
were they
I
talking-
wanted to hear that.
What were they talking about? What the hell?
You just blank out at banks.
Yeah. Oh my God. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? How long have we been going?
We are approaching 1 hour and 37 minutes.
Well, what do you say we get out of here and watch some Star Trek?
That sounds like a plan. I like
Right?
it.
I think that's the
Especially
answer.
Because Kevin's camera died.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yours is still going though.
I know. I'm telling you, once we
Sony-
changed the format on this, it was
Look at
good.
that. Perfect. And it looks
And I don't
good.
think the format, I don't think downgrading the format will be noticeable on YouTube at all.
I don't think it wasn't noticeable on the video.
Yeah. All right.
So there's that.
Well, throw it over to me.
There's that. There's you.
Here I am.
There's me.
He's
There's
Casey.
you.
Can't see Kevin.
Kevin's the blank spot.
Oh, no. I'm Lane. We're at High Sierra Cigars. If you're ever in Tahoe, come see us.
Yes. What he said.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, and those things too. Whatever. Wait, now I got to do it again. Hang on. And we're done.